Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, episode 13. And a major problem with Aoi is trust. And it's starting to take a toll on his job as dorm mother because he has to clean, cook, and take care of the Flying Fish Manor and the dorm mates all by himself. And this comes on top of all the work that he gets from the Keifu Academy, homework and projects. So his mom did call him in the afternoon in episode 12, and she suggests that Aoi split the work among the other female dorm mates. But we can tell that will be a challenge, given that he's already scared them and made them freak out in episode 2 and 3. But he still has to do it somehow, before this gets worse. So right now Yuka's down in the kitchen, and let's see what she's up to. Okay, so Yuka is one of the tenants at this dormitory. So Yuka, who is in the dining hall, the tall 4th grader, and the one who'd been here the longest, seems surprised as I call out to her. So what is it, Minase-kun? Can I ask you a question? Okay, so he's going to discuss the roles and responsibilities with her first. So I wonder what she's gonna say. So Yuka, who should be used to seeing this, looks at it with curiosity. Kotori doesn't have her name on the job roster. Well, I don't think she can do much because she's in a wheelchair. So there's Kanako, there's Yuka. So we know that there's 5 tenants living here, including Kotori, but only 4 of them are on the roster. So I'm thinking that Kotori might be like a late addition. So it's like I don't see her registered to this place. And I think she might be like just a recent late addition. So Yuka looks towards the dining hall door as she speaks. So Yuka is still not comfortable talking to Aoi like a normal person. And I think she's trying to look for her chance to get out and go back to her room and hide. Even though I was trying to get them to be assigned to some responsibility. Okay, so we know that. I see, so that's why. Thank you. So I don't think she wants to talk to him much more. So when said okay, it's okay, she's trying to just get away from the conversation, try to end it as soon as possible so that she can leave the dining hall and go back into her room. So it's not the next day, and it sounds like Aoi is making breakfast once again. So up on the roof, with nothing to block the sunlight, it feels even more like I'm being burned. So I don't know if there's window covers or window shades, but it feels that the morning sun, the rays are really burning his back. Today is hot as hell. I grumble as I wipe the sweat from my brow. It's already 7 o'clock. It's just before the peak of the summer, and the sun is finally shining at full strength. And today is Saturday, so there's no school. Now's my chance to get some of the dorm mother work done. So clean the places up. So this morning, I've climbed up on the roof and I'm fixing leaks. Oh, so there's now more work for Aoi. So he has to repair some of the damages, which includes leaks. So yeah, it's an old building, it's in bad condition. So I heard that the owner who collapsed a few days ago, and who was also the caretaker here, is an elderly woman. So I think it's like for many years there's nobody to watch the condition of this place and inspect and repair damages, which includes leaks, cracks, the such. Because it was a girls' dormitory with no guys around, there were quite a few places that had been left damaged. Okay? And this place is so old that I can't help wondering if originally it was aiming to be registered as a cultural heritage site. So it's like maybe it's so old that it might be like a landmark or like a nationally registered landmark. But I wonder what this place has that makes it special enough to be added to the cultural historicum index or something like that. Maybe it was built in a special way. Maybe there's some really important move in history that happened. And then I kind of wonder where the word witch's mansion comes in. It's like, well, this place was a dormitory for quite some time before I was born, and it's like the previous owner was a widow, and I think she sold it and it became a dormitory for the Keifu Academy. And I think it's like it was just quiet on the outside that nobody really saw any activity going on. That's why it kind of made it strange. Well, since then, the owner had been taking care of the boarding students like they were her own children or grandchildren. Oh, okay, so the widow converted it to a dormitory. So students started living here and she took care of them like they were her children or grandchildren. Okay. Well, however, since the redevelopment plans were brought forward, land prices in Kazegurura have been rising. The owner's sons were hoping to let go of this place. and that's one of the reasons why I was brought to take on the dorm mother's job in such a hurry. So I wonder if she's gonna sell it, like the owner. She's gonna sell it to someone else, and it's gonna have new owners or something. Because usually that's what happens when the sons are not interested and the owner moves on. It might be hard to avoid getting involved in those kinds of adult matters, so I'll just quietly get on with the work that I have to do. Okay, well that should do it. So finishing the repairs to the roof, I climbed down the ladder. Okay, so next, and we see Hat, the duck. So Hat, who was pecking at the soil, had come closer to where I was going to put my feet as I climbed down. So what does Hat want today? Well, this is kind of besides the point, but ducks eat weeds and bugs, so it seems that if I just leave him to it, he'll maintain the garden. Well then someone has to trim the lawn, cut the lawn, mow the lawn, trim the trees, trim the bushes, and clean up any of the leftover garbage like leaves and branches. However, he'll also pick up the flowers and so on too, so the person doing the gardening needs to watch out for that. Okay, so he does do some good things, that he cleans up bugs and weeds, but then he also messes up some of the good parts of the landscaping, like flowers. What's up, Hat? Where's your buddy? I have no idea what he's saying, but he definitely looks bored. I wonder if that's a I don't know response. Oh, sorry, but I've got work to do. When I get back, I'll give you a bath. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so I think he's gonna go talk to Kotori or something. I couldn't hear any sound, and there were no signs that she was awake. Still asleep, huh? Sleepyhead? Hey, Kotori! Wake up! It's almost lunch. Wake up! Alule? Hey, Miss Alule! Interesting. So I think she's probably awake and just taking her time, and she didn't really enjoy Aoi basically knocking her on that door. I'm going to do some shopping. Do you want to come with me? I think she prefers to go alone for this time.
Huh?
So I wonder how she was able to get up quickly. Because it takes some time to go from the bed to the wheelchair. So her face seemed to say, if this was America and I sued you, you would lose. Oh, so... Oh, well, I don't want to talk about that. So you're oversleeping. It's a nice sunny day, and let's go outside.
なんで私があなたの買い物に?
So yeah, she likes to go alone when it comes to shopping. So it's shopping for the dormitory. You eat too, don't you?
用意するからちょっとだけ待ってて。
Okay, so she wants to go, but she needs some time to get ready. Especially get out of her pajamas.
Aoi!
So they're on the way to shopping, and Ageha notices them.
Get.
And Kotori is not pleased with this. So seeing Ageha gives a great big shock, and Kotori makes an annoyed face. Hi, Ageha.
Aoi! Habane-san, ohayo! Ohayo.
Oh, good morning.
ちょっと、なんであの子がいるのよ。寮の買い出しって言ったじゃない。
I don't think I always said that it was just gonna be just the two of them. It's like so she can't really assume that it was just the two of them. So she kind of wonders why Ageha is involved. Or maybe on the way to shopping they happen to intercept Ageha. But anyways, it's fine. There's something I need help with. So maybe some ideas on how to improve Aoi's cooking. Because many times he's made a lot of food and he's made some really interesting entrees. As a result, none of the girls eat up everything, well, except for Kanako. And he ends up having all these leftovers. And then Aoi packs it up as lunch. So maybe he's having Ageha give him suggestions on what girls like to eat and how much is considered good enough for them in terms of portions. Because for Aoi, he thinks that when he says that it's a little bit, in Ageha's sense, it's like it's a lot. So also, Aoi did want to meet up with Ageha at some point. Well, that's because I want her as a special advisor for today's work. So what else does he need help with? Okay, let's go. So Ageha's excited, but Kotori is like, great, another person. Ooh, this is a pretty nice shopping center. I like the roof. Has some nice shapes. And I think it's powered by neon lights. Oh, and it's even underground. Nice. So this is like an underground mall. So there are many stylish shops in the shopping arcade, and there's also a large supermarket. I push Kotori along in a wheelchair and go around buying the food with Ageha. So I think he's looking for help on his entrees. So what do we need?
まず鶏もも肉でしょ。それからパプリカ、ピーマン、玉ねぎ。
So what is she thinking about? Like what does she want Aoi to make for the tenants tonight? The female students. And as usual, Kotori is still unhappy about the situation. Kotori looks like she still does not agree with the fact that Ageha is with us. There you go. She looks at me like she's trying to put a curse on me. I got Ageha to think of a menu for me for tonight's dinner. Seems that the things that I make aren't the kind of things that girls like. Yeah, so that was what I was talking about. So he hasn't been successful at making entrees for the tenants because they always leave with lots of leftovers and only Kanako eats everything up.
で、なんで私が一緒に来なきゃいけないわけ？
She's like, so why am I here? So what's the purpose of me being here then? Okay, I don't think that's a very good reason why she has to come with them. Because obviously she's in the wheelchair. So in a sense, Aoi doesn't really understand her. Okay. That's a very interesting picture. So he just has her hold onto the green basket. So as he pushes along her wheelchair and puts stuff in, all Kotori has to do is catch it. So she's kind of like a shopping cart for Aoi and Ageha. Wow, that's a very good use of her. Okay, so the Kotori shopping cart. So Ageha and I keep slinging more and more ingredients into the basket.
パプリカパウダー、ホールトマト、生ハム、それから。
So how many things does Ageha want to buy? Because that's gonna be a pretty big and heavy shopping cart for Kotori. Okay, so you got some stuff. It's starting to pile up.
掘り込むな。
And obviously throwing it in like a basketball, like shooting a basketball into the hoop, that kind of scares Kotori, and there's a chance that it might hit her. So obviously she's upset without that. Okay, so mineral water. And even more items. And obviously the water is heavy, so that's getting Kotori even more angry. And now it's too heavy for her.
ねえねえ、ポテチ買っていい？
Okay, so how about some potato chips? It's light. Okay, so the Pakuriman chips.
ケチ、後でお金払うから一緒に入れといて。
Okay, so a bag of potato chips. Okay, well, how about some rice? Oh no, rice is like really heavy. I wonder how much rice weighs. How much that bag of rice weighs. I know rice, they usually come in like 5 pound, 10 pound, 20 pounds. And the big ones, they come in 50 pounds, 50. So pretty soon the basket's full. And I'm pretty sure it's way more than, or the things that they bought is way more than what the basket can hold. And obviously it's too heavy for Kotori to carry. So now she finally speaks up and yells at them. So I wonder if they really do have shopping carts here. Or they always order stuck to like shopping baskets. Well, you know that the shopping cart was invented because one person found that people stopped buying when their baskets got too full. So they only bought a little bit and they only checked out with a little bit of shopping groceries. And that's why shopping carts were invented. So as she complained, Kotori was very careful not to let the contents of the basket fall out. Well, at least she cares about the basket and the stuff in there. Whereas someone typical, they would just dump the basket and not care about it. And Aoi doesn't respond to her complaints. He's like, don't drop anything! So she still has to carry that heavy basket around. So, I wonder if they're ready to check out, or they still want some more things in the supermarket. And I don't think I'm asking Ageha asking Kotori for, so what else do you want is gonna help at this point. Okay, so she wants the ice cream. Just like that time when she ate a whole bucket of ice cream. Okay, so I was like, today's shopping is being paid for with the operating costs of the dormitory, so we can't really buy things we don't need. Well, then again, I don't think you need all that stuff that's overloading the basket that Kotori's carrying around. Especially potato chips, because that's about as unhealthy as ice cream. So having said that, she is helping me out. How about the Berry-kun? So I think he's gonna buy ice cream for Kotori, but the brand that he chooses is not the one that Kotori wants. She wants probably like the Haagen-Dazs. Oh fine, have it your way. So I decided to treat her to a strawberry Haagen-Dazs with my own money. Is this okay?
そうだね。
Yeah, it's okay. So we finished at the cash register. The food costs about 50% more than usual, but tonight's a special occasion. Ah, jeez. I forgot to buy ground meat. Ground beef or ground pork?
そんなの使わないよ。
Oh, it's optional. It's for tomorrow. It's a pain to have to keep going to buy food all the time, you know. Okay, so I always gonna go back to the store and buy ground meat. So I searched for the meat in the ground meat section. If I can, I want to get one with a discount sticker, as I thought there were not any at this time. So one with like a 20% off, like a yellow sticker on the pack. So the cost for the Borders food is paid on a monthly basis. And a dormitory is run as kind of a hobby by the owner, so it's just a rough estimate. But there's an upper limit established as part of the rent agreement. So the dormitory's meals follow the creed of as cheap as possible and as tasty as possible. Well, I think that kind of contradicts with each other, because if you want good food, you obviously have to spend more, because then some of the ingredients cost a lot, and you have to buy all the spices to adjust the flavor. But then that all costs extra money. So that kind of contradicts. But we'll see how Aoi handles it. So look at the packs of beef that are lined up on the shelf. Hmm, 29.80 yen for 100 grams. Wow, that's kind of a lot of money. So you're looking at, if I did my calculation right, it's like $160 a pound. So it's an upscale market, so obviously the food's expensive. And I wonder if it's like super high quality meat that you can only get here. But anyways. Well, it's okay once in a while, so I like everyone to eat this kind of meat. I murmur to myself. Because of who's she? The girl reaches across from the side and slings the luxury marbled 29.80 yen for 100 grams of meat into the basket. I wonder if I need more. This is not enough. So the girl who took the pack shows signs of hesitation, but continued to sling more and more of that luxury marble meat into the basket. So in the end, she took everything that was on the shelf. Wow! So I wonder if she wanted more, but this was all she could get. So are you going to use all that luxury marble meat in a curry? That's kind of expensive for curry if you want to buy the whole shelf. So based on my calculator here, it says that so yeah, 29.80 yen per 100 grams is equivalent to like $160 per pound. So you're buying a lot of meat and you're paying a pretty high price for it. You're probably paying well over $200 or maybe into the thousands if you want the whole shelf of meat just for curry. And not only that, it's thinly sliced. So it's probably meant for like special hot pot. So all the work so all that extra cost might have been because they had to cut the meat into really thin slices.
What?
And she didn't notice until I only brought it up. Uh-huh. So I was supposed to have said that on the inside, but because of the shock, I came right out and said it aloud.
えっと
So I wonder what she has to say. Well, I mean, if you're making curry, they have meat for curry over there, you know. See?
そんな大きいのカレー食べるときに見ないですよ。
Well, I don't think if it's thinly cut, it will make big pieces of meat anyways. Because of the blocks of meat are chunky, but when they're thinly sliced, when you cook them, they're going to curl up. And even though it looks really, really big, flat, it's going to be all curled up and really, really small when it comes out from the pot. Well, when you stew meat this size, it becomes more tender and much smaller. There you go. So if you use that kind of meat, the fat will melt away and you won't have a trace of it left. Okay, so yeah, the idea that fat gets cooked up. So in our basket was about a kilogram of marble meat to be used in sukiyaki. Okay, so a kilogram, that's about $270 US worth of meat. Just for curry. So are you gonna stew all of that in a curry? Well, I don't think it's enough. What a waste of good meat.
えっと
So I wonder if this girl is so rich that she doesn't really see that being a pretty expensive purchase of meat just for curry. As I stare at the basket, she looked at me in disbelief. So I think she's only saying sorry because I already brought it up. Like, hey, you know, you're wasting money on good meat that could be used for something that's even special or more appropriate, like sukiyaki. So she's embarrassed as she said that and then moved over to the fresh fish section. So I wonder if she put all the meat back or she just took it and ran away in embarrassment. Did I scare her off?
シーフードカレーっていうのもあるんだし、お魚も買った方がいいかな。
Okay, so she ignored all that and went off to buy some other things. Fish, seafood curry, etc. She said as I watched from a distance her throwing sea bream with the head and tail still on into the basket while I reached for a pack of the cheap pork and beef ground meat. Okay, so this is a good place to stop. So we had a pretty interesting shopping experience. Well, Kotori was here to be the shopping cart. She was to hold the basket where Ageha and Aioi would throw everything in. Well, that's not a really good use of Kotori. But anyways, they got what they wanted, and at least Kotori got her special Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And more importantly, you want to know who that person is. The person that's willing to buy expensive meat for just curry. And she didn't really seem to mind about the hefty price tag that she's going to be paying for all that special thinly cut meat. That's approximately $260 something US per kilogram. But anyways, we're gonna see what happens next and what Ageha wants Aioi to make for the girls at the Flying Fish Dormitory tonight. And with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.